Beep, 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 beep. Welcome to the court of Edijester. How are we, everybody, this morning? It's chilly. The window keeps blowing open. It's cold and it's wintry. But nevertheless, we are here with our coffee ready to go. Fantastic. It's Monday. And the new warrior teachers are starting this morning, so I am somewhat excited. Always good session this morning, session tonight. Looking forward to meeting the peeps from all over the show. Canada, America, the UK. Anyway. Still time to join us. If you want to sign up and get it done in the next few hours, you can come and join us. Other than that, buy me a coffee. Please do subscribe. The usual stuff, right? You know where I am, Substack and all sorts of places. Now, this is urgent, okay? So I need you to share this, please, on the Twitters and the Facebookage and anywhere else you can share it. This is very important. It's from Transgender Trend, and it's a message that needs to get out to parents. So we need to get this far and wide in order to help parents understand what is happening, because this is a major event in children's lives that, if we're not careful, allows them to embed trans nonsense across the board. Let's take a look and see exactly why I'm so concerned. Well, you can see there, this is about a pupil well-being or gender identity indoctrination. The BeeWell survey, which is being run across schools. Now, you can see the image there, but we'll move up from that. This was carried out by Shelley Charlesworth. This particular article investigates the concealed gender identity indoctrination in the methods of the BeeWell survey. Well, the BeeWell survey began in 2021, co-founded by the University of Manchester, the Gregson Family Foundation, and the mental health charity Anna Freud. An early partner in devising the survey questions was the LGBT plus charity, LGBTQ plus charity, the Proud Trust. Now, we know about these guys. These were the dice game people. The dice game people, right? This is just another one of those external bodies that is interfering in the lives of children. Other unnamed LGBT organisations are also listed as helping, so the language and concepts of transgender activism, cisgender, sex assigned at birth, etc., are baked into the project design. It's now 3 years into its 10-year plan and boasts a growing list of partners and funders, 140 at the last count. Now, Transgender Trend have provided links there in that particular opening paragraph for you to be able to go and explore for yourself. But we must get parents aware of the dangers of this kind of activity that is happening in schools. The first survey in 2021 in Greater Manchester involved around 40,000 pupils aged 13 to 15 in 160 secondary schools. It's been rolled out now in Hampshire, the Isle of Wight, Portsmouth, Southampton, the London Borough of Havering, Milton Keynes, and North Devon and Dorridge. Each child fills in the online survey at school. This takes around 30 minutes. What are they asking, these bloody kids? 30 minutes. Why? I don't understand it. Leave them alone. Stop interfering in kids' lives. There's an opt-out for parents, though only those reading the small print would see that their child will be asked about their gender identity and sexuality. Its ambition is not just to collect data on children, but to drive action across society to improve young people's well-being. What does that even mean, I ask myself? BeeWell wants to measure well-being rigorously, regularly, and consistently so that we can implement targeted solutions to overcome barriers to young people's progress. Well, that entire sentence is a load of nonsense. Measuring well-being rigorously, regularly, and consistently so that we can implement targeted solutions to overcome barriers to young people's progress. Right, what that actually is, okay, is a behaviorist intervention. You remember Pavlov's dogs? That's what they'll end up doing. Ringing the bell and the kids will salivate. That's what they'll end up doing. That doesn't mean anything, any of that. It's absolute utter nonsense, the first order. Well, A, what's well-being? B, what's rigorously? And how are you going to make sure it's consistent? Ask the same questions, in which case, what are you doing exactly? This is a lofty aim. I would say it's an insane aim, linking data to social action. So it's right to ask, what are those targeted solutions and what sort of action is BeeWell advocating? Well, first off, I've got a problem. Never mind the fact that they're going to, using it to make people well, so to speak. I've got a problem with it, full stop. It's not a lofty aim. It's a ludicrous aim, I think, but that's just me. The assumption behind the product is that there is a shared vision of good social action. Here we go, see? But as we will show, a closer look at the survey design shows that divisive gender politics are built into the project. Their foundation slogan, that young people's well-being is as important as their academic achievement, also needs unpicking. Have you ever heard any such nonsense in all your born days? right? Teachers are not mummy and daddy. They are in loco parentis. Okay? They are not there for the pupil's well-being, so that the people feel good about themselves. They're there to damn well teach, and it's time we got back to first principles. The child's not ready to learn, they go home. I don't understand why this is complicated. The carrot for each school taking part is data at population level and various groups of their pupil population, for example, boys and girls, different year groups, through our online data dashboard. However, most parents may believe that a school's main job is to teach, for schools to be places of community learning and cohesion, not to be a replacement for the family as the locus of care for children's well-being. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. So this is the therapy creep into education here. While there's a long history of some schools being set up on a therapeutic model, what we are seeing more recently is an attempt to introduce this model into all schools, regardless of the intake and parent choice. Very interesting. The mindfulness movement was one such attempt. It was sold as ways of solving the increase in mental health problems in children, as well as helping schools with attendance and behaviour problems. There's no doubt the problems are real. The NHS reports that 1 in 5 of 18 to 16-year-olds has a probable mental health problem. Don't agree. Don't believe it. Don't believe it for a second. Just leave them alone. They'll sort it out. Persistent absence from school hovers around the 20% rate for schools in England. 20%. Bit heck. 20%. That 20% it's got to be to do with the fact that we're constantly interfering in the lives of kids. Just leave them alone. These people are weird. But the truth is, mindfulness as a method of tackling mental health problems just doesn't work. This may be why the Mindfulness in Schools Project charity has seen a recent downward trajectory in its finances. There's something to celebrate. Hey! However, their courses can still be found on the special offers page of the Head Teachers Union website, the NAHT, including one which trains teachers and classroom assistants in mindfulness for 3 to 6-year-olds. Age is no barrier to being mindful, it seems. Look, what it's important to understand here, you warrior teachers know this. What it's important to understand is that the people that run these kinds of projects, whether they're for adults or whether they're for children, that they think that we are all ill. Okay, so they have an idea in their mind of what it means to be a good human. Therefore, everybody else is a bad human that must be made well. They are a danger to society and to children. End of story. End of story, right? The established PHSE provider, Jigsaw, is less overt about its mindful approach, but claims its early years program will lay the foundations for mindfulness and self-regulation. This is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. I don't want to go on about it because Transgender Trend have provided us with a great article, which I want you to read. I want you to go and read it. And it's absolutely vital that we share the hell out of this, because parents need to understand that this kind of psychological and therapeutic interference in the lives of children will damage them irreparably. It will weaken them. It will make them less resilient. It will make them think that they are wrong in the world in which they exist. And that, ladies and germs, is partly the point. This is pure queer theory in action. Pure. Right? Queer theory, no boundaries. Everybody is mentally unwell. This is a predatory therapy and psychology industry. This is why good groups like Thoughtful Therapists exist, in order to stop this kind of nonsense, in order to make sure that their profession is not dragged further into the mud by this kind of chicanery and quackery. So I urge you, this is so important because the parents need to know. They need to opt their kids out of this bloody nonsense, and they need to do it now. So can you please share this with your parent groups, in whatever groups you're in, to ensure that we get this message to parents so that they can stop the kids from being inculcated into a state of weakness by a bunch of bloody control freak behaviorists who think they know what's best. That's it for today. Please do share. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.